All right, Bryson. How many times do you hear profanity at school in a day?
I don't really swear.
How many times do you hear it though? Your choices are none, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, or more than 10 times a day.
1 to 5.
1 to 5? Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 5, how much of a problem do you think it is? 1 being not a problem and 5 being a really big problem.
2.
2? Okay. And where do you generally hear profanity the most?
Probably the locker room.
The locker room? Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 5, do you think that profanity should be more enforced in school? 5 being the most enforced. Doesn't matter. So,
That'd be a 1.
1.
A 1. Okay.
Just give me a crazy one-word answer.
So, Michael Reddy, how often do you generally hear profanity in a day? None, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, or more than 10 times a day?
I'd say 1 to 5 times a day.
1 to 5, okay. And on a scale of 1 to 5, how much of a problem do you think it is? 1 being not a problem and 5 being a big problem. Okay, where do you generally hear profanity the most in school?
Just walking through the hallways.
On a scale of 1 to 5, should it be enforced more? 1 being not at all, or 5 being it should be strictly enforced?
Probably a 4. I don't think swearing should be long in school.
All right, thank you. So Nick Skorkin, how often do you hear profanity in school in a day?
Very often. So like 10 plus? 10 times.
More than 10 times a day?
Yeah, more than 10 times.
Okay. Where do you generally hear it the most?
In the hallways by my locker.
Okay. And how much of a problem do you think it is? On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, what would you say?
I would say it's somewhere around a 2 or a 3.
Okay. And
You gotta record the data. What is wrong with you?
sorry.
Project The Joke.
On another scale of 1 to 5, 5 being really strict, do you think enforcement should be better done at school?
Yeah, like 5 is like a immediate consequence every time. 1 is like nothing. I would say a 3.
3?
Because if it gets way too out of hand, then yes, there should be immediate consequences. But I mean, if it's just here or there.
School in a day,
All the time.
so more than 10.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how much of a problem do you think it is?
Probably a 3.
On a scale of 1 to 5, should the rules against profanity be more enforced by teachers?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Where do you hear it most of the time? Like what place? Where? On the hallways, classroom, on stage? Okay. Everywhere. Do you hear it here?
No.
Every day?
Yes.
Bad thing. Profanity.
Alright, so then.
Yeah, that's it.
So Mike Chubb, how many times do you generally hear profanity in a day at school?
It's too many to count.
So more than 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you generally hear it the most?
Locker room,
Locker room?
hallways.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 5, how much of a problem do you think it is? 5 being a big problem. On another scale of 1 to 5, do you think it should be more enforced? Like students and teachers should tell others when they're cussing and try to stop it? Like 5 being really strict enforcement, like punishment.
4.
4? Okay. Thank you.